Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. And in the United States, it's actually going to be a holiday weekend coming up, with Monday being the off day, with a lot of folks basically taking tomorrow off, and some folks even taking today off. But that's not why I posted Happy New Year. So for a lot of my Microsoft friends who are still at Microsoft, today starts the fiscal year 2022. And so basically kind of the Microsoft year revolves around July 1st to June 30th. So that's why the new year. And you'll probably see a lot of updates and changes on LinkedIn. In fact, there already were a couple going around earlier this week around big changes. But for everyone else, July 1st represents that the first 6 months of 2021 are over, and kind of, what's all those promises we made on New Year's Day. How do we track them? How do we track on that? Well, for me personally, I've actually lost about 10 pounds since the New Year's Day. I'm being transparent and honest. And I actually did something that I didn't expect to do this year, which was give up diet soda. I have had went a month without diet soda, and since then I probably had two or three. After that first month, I've had two or three cans of soda, not even bottles. And I had a 2 liter bottle in my house, which is ultimately what broke down my resolve. But it took me about a week to go through that, which, considering that it would take me prior to stopping drinking soda, that would take me well less than a day. Let's put it that way. So I'm excited about that. I really am. That was something that I had set a couple of times in the last few years, never really kind of executed on it this year, just by sheer coincidence, not sheer coincidence, but ultimately, when the Colonial Pipeline was shut down, my car was so low on gas, I was afraid to take it anywhere. And I didn't want to waste gasoline to go to the store, which I know sounds ridiculous now that, thankfully, knock on wood, that crisis is over. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to have any soda, and I ran out, and then I went 24 hours without diet soda, right? And not without caffeine, because I had coffee. And I was like, I could do this. This is not impossible. This is totally possible. And that first 24 hours, well, how far can I stretch it? So 30 days. Actually, I think it was about 5 weeks before I broke down and had, a sip of soda. But I don't crave it like I used to. I just don't like it anymore. It's interesting to see how quickly a habit can form and how you can break a habit too. So for me, that's my big accomplishment. Obviously, losing 10 pounds is good. But we're halfway through the year. Can you imagine? So that's basically what I want to do. Talk about. Interesting thing is that there's a couple of great books here on Humble Bundle. There's let me see if I can pull up the site. I have to make this a quick stream because I got a lot going on in Frank's world this week. Let's see what we got. Bundles, and let me share my screen. Window, all bundles. All right, let's make it so you can actually see what's going on. There we go. So they have a couple of games, but books. So they have four really interesting bundles. Data science and data analytics, advanced AI. These two I've already bought. I'm about to buy this one, which is about cybersecurity. And let me cover that caption. Speaking of the pipeline issue, right? Cybersecurity is continually, I think, it's certainly a growth market in terms of employment and opportunity. Plus, it's just a good thing to know. In fact, my wife actually works in this field, so I'm actually some of these are really interesting. Red team strategies. And I also think that there's a huge role that data can play in this space in terms of just analyzing the data over access logs and security logs over time. I think that there's a huge opportunity there. So that's on my bucket list for the remainder of the year, is to kind of learn a little bit more about that. And let's see, level up your work life. This looks interesting. Yeah, this looks interesting. I might get this one as well. And what's cool about Humble Bundle, if you've not heard of them, is that they, let me see if I can put up that thing. What's cool about Humble Bundle is it goes to a charity, and you can pick the charity, pick how much charity gets versus the publisher versus Humble Bundle. It's really cool, actually. I'm a big fan of this site. There's also some interesting software stuff here. There's learn how to build games, 3D CAD Professional, Paint and Draw, lots of good stuff here. So highly recommend this site. If you don't know who I am, sorry I didn't introduce myself. My name is Frank Lavinia. I'm a podcaster, blogger, data scientist, ML engineer, whatever the cool term of the week is, ex-Microsoft, and currently working at Electrify as a principal solution architect. And yeah, so it's these are my 3 URLs, franksworld.com, datadriven.tv, and impactquantum.com. This month I hope to do some interesting stuff with Impact Quantum. Stay tuned. But yeah, 2021 is halfway over. So if you set goals, if it's, now's the time to kind of revisit that, because if you revisit your goals only, once a year, you're going to get once a year results. Yep. So here's franksworld.com. Last month I had 123 blog posts, and let me know in the comments if you're interested in me kind of explaining. One of the things that I've been doing is increasingly using Power Automate, Power Platform, to automate a lot of the production of this site as well as the podcasts, just because time is kind of the essence, and speed is the new big, as Grant Cardone would say. And I have the ability to kind of build out these automated flows that I can get a blog post out pretty quickly. When did I'm trying to think. So I was really introduced to Power Platform in December, and you see that I had, with the exception of last month was kind of crazy. Long story. One day I will recount that tale. But you see, I've been a consistent blog poster for multiple years now. In fact, the site started in 1995. The blog started in 2004. And I have data on that. So, and if you read any of my articles in MSDN, you've seen I've kind of used that as a data set because, well, I own that data set, right? and no one else is doing analytics across that data set. So, clearly that's why I did it. And because it just tells an interesting story if you kind of look at these numbers. Now, you'll notice that these numbers kind of drop prior to September 2017. There's a reason for that, because the cloud hosting provider that hosted my MySQL database, basically there was a glitch in their system, and they basically burned all of my data going back to 2004, which 2004 to 2017 was 13 years of data. Not real happy about that, but I do have kind of the metadata. So that's what I do my analytics on. In fact, no, I don't have it handy, but I thought I would just share very quickly in a small live stream, because I'm going to commit in January, I committed to streaming a lot more, and a lot more meant kind of every weekday, maybe once or twice on a weekend. Some months I've been better at keeping at that than the other. But when I kind of look at the calendar, I was like, I did that in January, I did that in February, I did that in March, not so much in April, not so much in May, kind of sort of in the first week of June. And I figured, you know what, this is a new month, and this is an opportunity to kind of get that, because I love getting that email from Restream at the end of the month, like, you're one of the top streamers. I got that 3 months in a row, and then I was like, oh no. And honestly, the way Restream makes it, they make it so easy to stream on a browser. Like, I have the gear and stuff to make really cool looking live streams, but that is still a process. So, I wasn't going to live stream right now, but the ability to just make it a point and click experience, there's no excuse not to do it. So highly recommend Restream. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Got a lot of emails and stuff to respond to. If you're waiting for a response from me, thank you for your patience. It's been a hectic week, a lot of interesting things going on. Soon I will share that. But yeah, that's all I got. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you happen to catch my live stream from the pool when the Wi-Fi or the internet signal was not that good, a former colleague of mine emailed me. It's like, maybe you should just enjoy the pool and not live stream. And I don't know, why can't I do both? I enjoy live streaming. So we'll see. But I figured I might as well do that while I'm in the actual studio with the proper mic, proper bandwidth, gigabit, all that goodness, and do that. So hopefully I'll be online again tomorrow. Not hopefully, I will be online tomorrow. I'm going to do a live stream, a book review. I'm finishing up a book by Trent Shelton, which the name escapes me because I need more coffee. Here we go. I'm almost done with it. It is called The Greatest You by Trent Shelton. Highly recommend this book. It is an awesome book. He's an excellent speaker, fascinating guy. He has a lot of videos online. So if you don't want to get the book, just go check out his stuff online and you'll want to get the book. Trust me. If you don't have a subscription to Audible, highly recommend you check out thedatadrivenbook.com. And basically, if you don't already have a subscription, you'll get a free book on us. And if you decide to continue your subscription, Data Driven and I will get a cut, and then maybe I can get a coffee cup with a Starbucks logo on it with that money. But it helps support the show, helps us get the word out, and kind of the cool things Andy and I are doing. And with that, I will say goodbye. And if there's anything you want me to cover in a live stream, let me know. If you want to be a guest in a live stream, let me know in the comments on whatever platform you're on. In case you didn't know, I simulcast to YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and Periscope as well. And I was actually surprised. I was looking at my metrics. I get a lot of views on Periscope. So if you're watching on Periscope, thank you. I do check the comments on every platform. And yeah, so that you have a fantastic day. It's Thursday in the US. It's a Thursday before holiday weekend. In Canada, I believe Canada Day is today, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're in Canada, it's a holiday already. If you are, and I think Bastille Day in France is the 14th. So we're getting that time of year where people take vacations. And now that the pandemic is kind of sort of mostly over, I know a lot of people are over it, but I think a lot of people are going to start hitting the road again. So with that, I will say if you're going on vacation, have a safe one. And you have a great day.